The Australians love their sport, and in particular sport outdoors. Surfing, sailing, swimming, rugby, cricket, athletics and bowls, to mention a few. It's just a way of life for many and for all ages. So what about the sport of curling?
I've seen it, but I know it's something to do with the stick and it's on ice.
We think of Winter Olympics.
Yeah, definitely there's a technique involved to it.
Cracked me up actually watching these guys sort of throw these weights and broom a stone to its conclusion.
The Winter Olympics certainly brought curling to the nation's attention, but the sport has been around these shores since the early 20th century, brought here by Scottish settlers. There are currently around 600 players, 220 of them registered in 4 centres: Perth, Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. But as yet, there is no dedicated curling facility.
Summer sports are more recognised in Australia, strictly because of the climate, but Australians love an underdog, so they're willing to get on board if they know what's happening and you know, if we have someone in the Olympics. That's the key.
Kim is also part of the Australian national team. The bulk of this year's women's team is from Curling West Australia, based in Perth. The facility at the Coburn Ice Arena has come a long way in just 2 years.
Anyone who's played on hockey or skating ice knows it's always really challenging. They've just put our curling rings in and that's made a huge difference. We used to have to scrape out the rings and draw them in with pen before we started.
The staging of the 2017 Pacific Asia Curling Championships in Erina, north of Sydney, also increased the profile of the sport. This was a chance to bring the sport to a new audience.
I'd probably have a crack at it, yeah. Be different.
I'd have no problem trying it. Yeah, I'm a bit of a get in there, give everything a go, try anything. Don't mind a bit of an adventure.
Any kind of team sport Australians are always into, so I think, yeah, definitely.
I think it would be definitely something that you could give a go, and encouraging school kids to do it as a sport out at Erina would be really fun.
I think the school programs here love different sports, and so a dedicated facility lets you be able to invite students to come and play. And I think that's the future of the game, is to get the kids playing and get people out on the ice. And once they get used to it, then you'll see them demand the sport go forward.
Aussies don't really care what sport it is as long as you're represented well with passion.